So in 2024, the greatest tool that an artist has at this point in time, especially with how the whole internet is now plagued by AI, no matter where you turn, is typically tools like Glaze or NIghtshade.
And I'll also put the link in the description so that you can grab these if you want them. As you guys know, I couldn't care less about AI in that way. But another thing you know about me is I despise entitlement. And you'll see what I'm talking about.
So one thing that artists have always wondered, myself included, is are these tools actually beneficial? Do they actually have any real damage to a company such as like OpenAI? Does it actually have any merit in the fact of is it worth doing? And honestly, the statement kind of says it, even if it's really vague from OpenAI themselves. It says right here, this website reached out to several AI companies such as Midjourney and Stability AI, which did not reply to requests for comments. A spokesperson for OpenAI, meanwhile, did not confirm any details about encountering data poison because, of course, why would they ever say that? There's no shot they'll ever admit that publicly. But OpenAI says that the company takes the safety of its products seriously and is continually improving its safety measures. We are always working on how we can make our systems more robust against these type of abuse. Now, should be pretty wild to sit there and read that. You're going to be like, what are you talking about? Abuse? Artists protecting their work? Abuse? How? That makes no sense. Like, that is literally copium. Like, you can sit there and read any discussion around this topic, and it's actually just insane to read that coming from OpenAI. Oh yeah, these artists who want to use these tools to sit there and protect their work from being scraped and trained on, that's abuse. That's fucked up. Why won't you let us do it, bro? Come on, man. It's free out there. You posted it for free. We should be able to do what we want with it. Who gives a fuck?
I'm going to go on the record and say this is an absolutely out of touch and, dare I say, functionally illiterate take to have. At the end of the day, no matter how anybody feels, artists do have a right to their art. Now, I don't care about AI scraping my art. Goodness knows I've added more art to the internet since AI has happened. Hell, make my life easier. I'll admit, I have fun saying, draw this in the style of Nathan Brandon Masters, and actually seeing like, oh shit, did it. That's crazy. And it drew it better than me. Damn robot artist. But at the end of the day, a lot of people obviously do care. And if there's no way to opt out, they have a right to say, I'm going to use Glaze or some other form of protection on my work. And I do believe in the free information argument. I really do. And no, I don't believe training is stealing. I just don't. But artists are under no obligation to make sure these companies continue to have free access to their work. It goes both ways.
This is the same company. I talked about this earlier this year. They said they're OpenAI pleads that it can't make money without using copyrighted materials for free. And it said it would be impossible to train on today's leading AI models without using copyrighted materials. Like, come on, dog. What are you talking about? And this is the same company right here. OpenAI completes deal that values company at $157 billion. And it was like 2 months ago. What are you talking about? You're a fucking big ass, giant ass corporation that could afford it if you really want to, but you don't. Like, come on, it's very simple. It's really hard to have any sympathy for any companies like this because it really shows their true colors when statements like that come out, or the fact that they're calling artists trying to protect their work as abuse. I think that's really shitty. I think that's honestly trash, and it really just shows that these companies don't give a fuck and that they really don't want to fight for the protection of artists. They'll sit there and say we care for artists, but do they really mean it?
Do they ever? No. Hell no. But I will agree with them on the fact that if they want to have the best AI, they are going to have to train the AI the way they train it. They're going to have to train on everything to have the best up-to-date shit, because if you limit the information, the AI is going to be limited. But again, artists have a right to say, we don't want our information in your AI. And there's no real solution here, because even if the AI was trained in a way that was considered ethical, many artists just still wouldn't like it because it's competition. Today's artists are not trying to compete. It's a community. It's the art community, and we're all together. We're not together. It's not a community. We are trying to get work. That's one of the things with TikTok, where they only want like a few different styles that they like, and that's it. You do anything new, they're going to get mad at you. They only want a few different styles. People aren't supposed to be doing anything that different so that we can all be on the same playing field. That's not reality. So if artists don't want to even compete with one another, they sure as hell don't want to compete with an AI. And a lot of artists are still in that place where they haven't realized if you're doing business as an artist, you're selling your art for money, then your art is a commodity, especially now with AI being a thing. But if you look at the videos about art being a commodity, they have not a lot of views because a lot of artists don't want to talk about that. Because going back to what we know about artists, a lot of us hate the actual business of art. We want to make the money, but we don't want to do the business. We just want to draw and some money exchange hands. Remember, just a little bit ago, Kelsey Rodriguez was getting flack for being a successful artist and, having an art business. I think eventually AI will be accepted, but simply because of the fact, if you look at history, artists have never won a battle with technology. We've always learned how to work around it or work with it. And I know this might be a hot take, but I think that's part of being an artist. We evolve, we adapt, we survive. Hence, us all still being here. Remember, the camera should have taken artists out the game years ago. And now we all have cameras on our phone, which we carry in our pockets. But other than that, you guys take it easy. Nathan Brendan Masters, Asta.